Rodney, where are you?
He's playing music right now.
Fran. Well, if you want to. This mother.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Cody, aka Skillager, sitting on the mic right now. I'm going to be commentating this winner's semis match. We've got Nevin versus IEatForMyFriends, aka Dark Yoshi, aka Jarrell. Semicolon apostrophe S, carry the T, the square root of a Yoshi egg. All of the above. I don't know what it is you prefer to go by. So it looks like they agreed to just go to Omega Ozaku Castle.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so Nevin lately has been playing a lot of Sheik. He's originally a NES main, as most of you listening are probably familiar with. But he's decided that he'd probably just change his character just due to the fact that there are just bad matchups that NES has. Definitely loses strongly to Rosalina. So I understand the desire to switch. And of course, Jarrell has been always fond of Yoshi. He's been playing him for as long as he's been a Smasher. So what we've been seeing lately here is both players going really back and forth, just trying to get a feel for each other, throwing out some safe options. Going for those down throws as Sheik are very guaranteed up to extremely high percent, where you then can throw your opponent into a 50-50 situation. One that they air dodge and you vanish, which will actually end up connecting with it after the air dodge, and then a high enough percent up there will kill, so they have to decide whether to jump out of the down throw or to air dodge out of the down throw. And oh, that's unfortunate. An unfortunate SD on Nevin's part. So we're going to be seeing Jarrell with a lead right now. With Yoshi being a heavyweight, and Sheik, with the reputation of having a hard time netting KOs, you might see him struggle to get Jarrell down to a second stock, especially if he plays smart, which that was a really smart egg lay right there. Great pivot grab too. Trying to go for his grab release mix-ups. Sometimes he'll opt to do a jab confirm into a down B. Other times he'll just go straight jab. So you gotta really play smart when playing Jarrell, because he is an expert when it comes to nailing those combos and throwing those situations at you. Very smart of Jarrell to save the second jump there. Ooh, the vanish. The vanish definitely will take care of that, especially if you're unaware and not ready to attack at that time. So we're gonna have the Sheik bread and butter combos coming out for a moment. You got your fair trains, your grabs into a lot of different things. It really is just depending on what it is you actually wish to opt out for at that specific time. I know for a fact that forward throw to bouncing. Oh, a shield breaker. What's going to be the most optimal punish? Forward charge. Oh, opting for the up smash there. Yeah, that'll definitely seal it. And fully charged up smash is definitely lead. So we're seeing Jarrell, especially with that advantageous shield breaker he got after all the pressure he applied, with a pretty decent lead. As long as he's able to sustain it and he's able to stock tank for a little bit, this will definitely be advantageous for him. So what we need to see from Nevin, however, is we need to see him land a very early kill using a well-timed bouncing fish. Will probably be the most ideal way to go about it. Force Yoshi into an off-stage situation, especially if Yoshi uses his jump a little too early. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a quiet commentator, guys. My bad. So, as I was saying prior, with Jarrell's character, if you end up snatching a second jump away from him, if he tries to cancel out into an attack and you end up attacking him prior, he's going to lose that jump, and then he loses all of his aerial recovery ability, so it's pretty tough. Good pressure from Nevin applying those fares, getting that extra pressure on him. Good follow-ups from Nevin, relying on those bread and butter combos, especially at the lower percent. Good grab by Nevin, and he, not Nevin, but Jarrell, and he'll definitely get punished for that from Nevin.
You got those back there.
Gotcha. Good follow-ups, and it looks like Nevin has actually been really dominating this, the past minute or so, and he's definitely he's been closing the gap, and this is actually anybody's game at this point. Jarrell with the ability to net an earlier kill, but with Sheik's mobility, it could be really tough for Jarrell to net that kill. I've always noticed that Yoshis can struggle at times to net the kills, so you gotta play really smart, try to follow appropriately where he's going to go. As for Nevin, he's definitely just gotta have to apply his pressure force. Force Jarrell to play his own game. And there you go. If Nevin was actually able to come back and seal that up, that was excellently played on his part.
Survival!
One on?
No, you're good.
No?
I just want to get over there with
Oh, these guys suck. These guys are the worst in Nebraska. Nebraska is trash. We are all trash. So it looks like we're going to be opting to go to Final Destination this time. I definitely can understand why Jarrell would like this pick. And oh man, I gotta jump really quick.
This is how it is.
And we are back. So the reason why Jarrell would have opted for this stage over any other one is because with the lack of platforms, he has a much easier time being able to apply all of that egg pressure. And that may be evident as we see him definitely opting to go for those eggs, trying to set up traps against Nevin, but Nevin's been playing very exceptionally well, definitely been playing his spacing properly, and has been getting those proper follow-ups with his bread and butters, definitely just keeping Yoshi out, which is something you definitely want to do. Opting to go for a down throw, trying to create a DI mix-up for Nevin, but Nevin was able to escape that up there. What? Yeah, we did a little bit. I apologize, guys. I'm a little bit of a quiet, more of a quiet commentator, so definitely just let us know if I'm speaking a little too quiet. And we've got the forward smash follow-up from Nevin to actually make this an even game again. So Jarrell does have the slight lead here, so his job is just going to be trying to extend that as much as possible. Both of these guys are just trying to play a really long spacing battle here. That's something that Yoshi will force you into with his egg pressure. You just got to know when to approach him properly. And that was a great combo that Nevin had gotten going right there. Ooh, that was very smart of Jarrell to bait the spot dodge there and then get the follow up with down B. And I like the nair, absolutely. Going for that guaranteed up smash damage racker right there. So Nevin is at 148%, so he is at max, almost at max rage, but Jarrell is having a hard time netting that KO, and it's just because Nevin's constantly and consistently moving, just keeping him away to a point where he feels comfortable to approach to a certain degree, and he feels like he's not going to get punished with an actual KO on his part. So Nevin's definitely playing smart, trying to milk this stock for all it's worth. And Jarrell's he's just looking for something at this point. He's trying to approach with back airs, which, if he does end up hitting with the last hit of that, that's definitely possible that it could kill. That fair with max rage almost actually killed. So both players are in the situation where they have to respect each other's options. That's interesting, seeing him use the side B in such a situation. It must be really hard for Sheik to actually be able to punish that. Now let's see what type of follow-up he's going to opt for. No follow-up, actually. I wonder if it was just too high. Oh, okay, so there's the end of the back air that I was mentioning earlier. So without rage, it will be a bit more difficult for Nevin to actually net a KO at this percentage. His fair isn't going to be nearly as threatening for that possibility. He'll need a well-timed bouncing fish, up smash, just anything hard-hitting, extremely hard-hitting. He can't really rely on his aerials too much apart from maybe a up air from the top. He's opting to go straight for the down B. Another down B, just applying all that shield pressure. But Nevin was able to act out of it with a forward smash, and we are looking at a relatively even game again. Now this is winner's semis here, so whoever wins, if Nevin does manage to edge out the second win, he'll actually be playing in winner's finals, so that set will be a 3 out of 5. So he's definitely working really hard for it. And Jarrell just doesn't want to have to worry about the grind that is losers, evidently. That's some pronunciation. Oh well. You know, it really just depends on how each of them play in the neutral. If Nevin is able to net out an early game, that it's definitely possible even at this percentage. And then, but all of this pressure that Jarrell's been applying, quickly we're suddenly seeing Nevin at almost max rage again. So he's in that situation where he's going to have to start being mindful. His combos aren't going to be working as well as they would have been at this percentage. And yeah, he has to opt out. He has to opt out for a forward air, even as low as 67. So I really like how Nevin is opting to go for a forward smash anytime he successfully shields Jarrell's down D approaches. It's definitely in my opinion the most optimal punish. But wow, the down air, sending him off to the side, very interesting. That almost actually killed. So Nair actually does seal the deal for Jarrell. We are looking at an even game of 1-1 apiece. I'm really curious where Nevin would want to take a Yoshi. I feel like the most optimal, I feel like the best stages would be either Town and City, Battlefield, or even Dreamland. Dreamland, I feel like you'd be able to, okay, so they are opting for Battlefield. This way, if Nevin is able to apply pressure with up smashes while Jarrell's on a platform, he'll actually auto sweet spot it. It doesn't require any spacing on it, so it definitely becomes advantageous for Sheik, especially with the platforms. He's able to chase a Yoshi when he's in hit stun from any aerials that he may use, such as like forward air. Oh wow! An unfortunate SD on Nevin, and he's gonna have to work really hard in order to come back from this. If Jarrell uses this opportunity properly, this may actually cost him the game. Especially considering how back and forth they were the past 2 games. I would not be surprised if he ended up paying for that. Good up smash from Jarrell, good back air. Able to alleviate himself from some of the pressure that Jarrell is applying. Oh, shoutouts to Creepy Grandma 17, who is now following. Greatly appreciate your support, man. I know, so funny. Oh, someone says that they know you, so that may or may not be hype. He's kind of sounds a little. He's kind of grieving about it. Okay, so with the touch of rage, he was actually able to net the early kill on Sheik. So it's actually 3 stocks to 1 right now, and I was actually really surprised because he was able to use an up smash while Sheik was on the platform. So to see your counter pick kind of used against you in that manner is kind of, it's a little disheartening if you're the person that opted for the stage. But, ooh, so he almost actually netted that kill with the forward air. It's just he's so far off stage, but Yoshi is a heavyweight, so it's tough. Going for the guaranteed throw. Tried to go for a follow-up with it, but just didn't net it, and he actually ended up paying for it with his stock with a well-placed up air from Nevin. Shoutouts to Creepy Grandma 17 saying that he is famous. You most certainly are. I appreciate you. Wish all of you guys that were viewing the stream today were here. We would have definitely loved to have had you. But I'm glad you're able to show your support by at least just watching it and being a part of the experience with us. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for showing up. So Nevin is in a very unfortunate predicament here. He's at 115%, and Jarrell with 2 stocks, only at 50%, is going to be able to control the pace of this game so much more because he's actually able to apply pressure. He's not too worried about taking a little bit of collateral damage. It's just something that doesn't need to be worried about too much at these percentages. He's just going to try to be able to net this kill and end this game as quick as possible. I agree with the decision to opt for some egg throws and attempt to pressure him off stage, forcing Nevin to have to recover low. With down B leads to Sheik dash attack punish. There's actually a surprising amount of lack of end lag on ooh. So the back air will seal it. Back air at those higher percentages just is so crazy because the hitbox lasts for such a long time. With Yoshi's aerial mobility, he actually has the fastest mobility in the game. So to be able